Did you know that Royal Oak High School has a new student resource officer?
Antonio Lipscomb. Mostly everybody calls me Officer Lipscomb, police officer here in Royal Oak. Well, I've been a police officer for 15 years. My first job was in 2007. Started out at the University of Kentucky. I was there for 4.5 years. Then I went to Kentucky State, did that for 3.5 years. Then went to North Carolina. Was there for 1.5 years. Came back home for a while because family issues were happening. So I came back home, but then after a while, I'm like, all right, need to do what I've been doing. So I moved back down to Kentucky and was a school resource officer for the last 2 years, between 2018 and 2020, before moving back up here. I started out as a dispatcher here with the department. I did that for about 6 months, but since I have so much time in law enforcement and being a police officer, I wanted to switch back over to being a police officer. I like helping people. Like it seems cliche, but it's the truth. I mean, I'm a martial artist as well, so I help people learn how to defend themselves. Police is always something to learn. I started looking back at like how people were developing and things like that. Like, oh man, where is this stemming from? Where is it starting? Juveniles and just the youth of today were having so many problems and issues, and I'm like, man, somebody really needs to reach out to these kids. Who else better to do it than me? You know, that's how I felt. So that's what made me want to get into the schools, because even though the school system, you got teachers and things like that educate you, I'm educating them from a different side of what they're gonna face out in the real world. I have to educate them on different standpoints of where police officers are coming from, you know, educate them on how to interact with police officers and different things of that nature. But also at the same time show them, hey, we're not robots. We're not robots. We're regular people that do this job, but in or out the uniform, we're grown men and women. Royal Oak, nice little small town. Seems like it's happening and things like that. So it wasn't till I started working for the department and then started interacting with a lot of people in the community. I'm like, man, people love us around here. I made Royal Oak my home. I come in at 7:20 at least, set up my computer, my work computer, look at cases from the night before, or if I'm off the weekend prior to, see if anything was happening with students or just juveniles, period, because that's a role that I have to take on as well. If there's nothing else that comes up, make my way out, interact with all the students that I come in contact with. Everybody's like, oh God, I'm back here at school. I'm like, hey, good morning. Trying to wake everybody up. So that's what I do. Then throughout the day, I'm just trying to make myself visible. Tell everybody, hey, if y'all need something, let me know. Come back here, check on more reports, check different cameras, things of that nature. What I look forward to is furthering relationships and breaking barriers between police and people. A lot of people might not ever have another encounter with a police officer, but on that one chance that they do, this is how you need to conduct yourself. This is how that officer should be with you. Officer Lipscomb treated me like this. This is what he told me about certain things that was gonna happen. Now I'm trying to educate you guys on that. My personality shines through this uniform and even outside of this uniform. The way I act with you guys is the way I am in or out the uniform. My goal, always try to protect you guys. I'm gonna always try to educate you so that you guys can be better citizens when y'all go and leave out these doors. I want everybody to succeed and be successful. I'd rather educate you here than out there.